What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I got a very special surprise, and the special surprise is a mini barbecue. Look how manly this is. This is manly and cool. You can't tell me this is one of the coolest things that you've seen in a while. It's pulling close to 6:15 today, so I'm gonna get cooking on my new barbecue. Along with the meal, we got some veg. Asparagus is in season, capsicum's in season. This is drizzled lightly with olive oil, a little bit of salt. This will be going on the grill afterwards. Capsicums on the grill is just elite. Like, you just always want to have capsicum on your grill if you can. Especially when these capsicums get in season, you can pick them up for like 80 cents each. When they're not in season, it's less fun, and they get to like $3, $3.50 each, and that's not cool. And now the star show is this bad boy. This is a, I think, 500 gram piece of sirloin steak. The fat cap here is nicely scored from the butcher himself. The steak's got really nice marbling. This is on special this week, I think 22 a kg. Sirloin goes up to like $32 a kg, so this is a real mean price for it. For the marbling as well, it's nothing crazy, but I mean, we're talking about supermarket here, guys. It's pretty nice seeing some beef with marbling. Also, the fat cap looks delicious. Can't wait to render that down. This has been out at room temp, so it's tempered. Bringing it out to room temp also decreases the thick gray band that you'll get, and the inside doesn't really go pink. It goes like bright red, like it's still cold. I like to cook my steaks rare, even pushing medium rare. When we do that with a cold steak, the outside gets way too cooked, and then when we get into the inside, it's just way too cold. It's still good. I mean, all steak is good, but bring out to room temp, that's probably the easiest hack to make your steak way more tasty. For the steak, all we need is just a tiny amount of high smoke point oil. What's that? That's probably like half a teaspoon. We don't really want to OD because we are cooking this on a grill. I do like to keep the oil at a minimum when I'm grilling. We got coarse sea salt. And we want to do both sides and the bottom, as well as the fat cap. And don't be afraid to go hard with the salt. Look how big that piece of meat is. It needs a decent amount of salt. Also, can't forget the black pepper. If you're not a fan of black pepper, just go a little bit more than you'll like. That's how you know you got the perfect amount. Also, for the pepper, I just like to do on the meat and not on the fat. If there's like little ones that you can see on the fat there, I don't really care about that, but I wouldn't really pack the pepper on like that onto the fat, because I will be rendering this over a super high flame. I really want the color, the caramelization, the flavor, and that will cause these little peppercorns to explode on us. They will taste very bitter. I've already pledged my allegiance to the charcoal barbecue Illuminati, so I already know this cook is going to be pretty mean. Grill grate goes on. Open the vents, and we'll just let that heat up. Here's a quick update on the mini grill. I straight had it sit down for about 10 minutes because I chucked the charcoal directly into this bowl. There's a coating to it. I inhaled way too many fumes and I'm still lightheaded. I checked the manual. Apparently you're supposed to put the food on this, put the grate on top, and then put the charcoal on the grate. Bro, what kind of dumb fuck idea? I'll just hold that L, whatever that. I've already transferred my coals onto the big grill. I'll be finishing up my steak and veggies soon. We're sitting at about 200 Celsius. Added a couple fresh lump charcoal to get the heat up. You can also see the grills directly on the charcoal. That's just to burn away all the nasties. We don't want none of them. We'll go straight away close to me, fat side towards the flame. It's been about 3-4 minutes. The temps increase. We're sitting at around 230. Clear color change. You can see the fat's looking a bit yellow, which is beautiful. I actually prefer the yellow fat. Everything looks pretty mean. That looks beautiful. Time to give that a flip. It's cooking real nice. That was only a couple minutes. really turn that fat into the hot area, the charcoal. Put the lid back on and we'll get it back into it. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's time for a sear. How I usually test my steaks is I usually just do the poke test. I know that's very unreliable for some, especially if you don't know or haven't cooked a lot of steaks in your life, but that works for me. It's probably been cooking indirect for between 8 to 10 minutes. So we're gonna chuck it directly onto these hot coals. You can see the other lumpies are pretty much set. I'll do the fat first from higher, and then I'll put the grate directly onto the charcoals. So the fat cap here is about 3/4 of the actual piece, and then we've got just the meat. So I don't want to overcook this section of the beef, and I really want to render that fat real nice. So if I can balance it with my tongs, balance it up just like this. Check it, check it, check it. And the most important thing is not to get a big head, especially when we got all these super cool flames going on. Always checking it. And it doesn't have to be directly onto the charcoal as well when we're doing the fat, because you can see the coloration on there. I don't want the whole thing to be black, so that's why we take a little bit of time. Actual charcoal offers more flavor than the flare-ups. So I'm just moving around, being a little bit patient. You can see that sizzle, that caramelization. We're at a point now where I'll sear my sides, top and bottom. And don't forget this as well, you want to give that a sear. And the residual heat will then also render some of the fat. Look at that caramelization. Time to do the bottom. From what I'm touching, we're sitting at in the middle between blue to rare, so it does need a little bit of time. I'll go through and I'll do all the other sides again, another 20 seconds. Another reason why I like the poke test is because I can feel on this side it's done more than this side. Also, the sear on that side is a lot more prominent than if I was to flip it over. Now we're getting a nice sear on this side. And this steak is done. That's how I like it. Alright, before I overcook it and mix it up, that goes onto a plate that has to rest. One of the most important things as well, I would say second or third most important thing is letting this steak rest. Charcoal is beautiful. Chuck our asparagus on. Make sure they don't fall down the grate. Get them flat. And our capsicum goes on as well. We're looking for charcoal coverage, you know, get them directly on the flame. Build up those nice grill marks. If they're sitting a little bit on top of each other, you don't need to be so particular with it. It's gonna be alright. Cover the lid, and these take super quick to cook, especially at like 230 Celsius. So after a minute, I'll come back and turn them. In the meantime, while it's resting, I like to put a little bit of butter on it. Rest it in a little bit of butter. The butter's gonna help add richness to the steak. It's gonna make it taste supremely delicious. It's been about a minute, probably less than. This is the type of coloration we want. You can see these little nice char marks, That's a really nice one on the asparagus. Literally, this veg only takes about a minute per side. Doing them on the charcoal, so much flavor. This is what summer grilling's all about. All you need is some charcoal. If you got gas, that's alright, use gas. All we want to be doing this summer is barbecue. You already know we gotta start with the veggies. There's our roasted bell peppers. That is money. This is all beautiful. The blistering skin. If this is a little bit too dark for you, you can go to the training wheels or move up to intermediate or even hit expert. All of these are beautiful, guys. The asparagus has some really nice char on them. That's all incorporating delicious flavor. Still got good texture to them. And bro, I cannot wait to get into this. I think for dinner we got, yeah, veggies and steaks. I mean, that's super healthy. The steak's been resting for, surely it feels like 10 minutes, but it's probably been like 5. You can see the meat juices here. A little bit of the fat from the butter. And that's just been sitting in it, resting in it. I'm estimating this is cooked rare. You let me know in the comments what you think. You believe in me, you don't believe in me. This is feeling quite tough here compared to the other side. But what matters is the cross section. Well, I didn't even show you the fat. There's the fat. Beautifully rendered, shrunken nicely. Color everywhere. That's a beautiful sear. One side, the bottom, the other side. Moment of truth. Look at that. Look, never doubt on your boy. They didn't believe in us. You need to always believe in yourself. Believe in me if you have no one to believe in. Look at that. Talk to me. What are we feeling? What are we feeling right now? Speak up. What do you see? You see the secrets to the universe? Because that's what I see. This is what I'm talking about. Tempering your steaks. Color is a lot more consistent throughout the steak. Reverse searing helps as well. You can see I've only got a slight gray band. It's barely anything because the hue of the steak is all just one color. Whoever's enjoying the steak will get a nice piece like that. I swear to God, this steak can feed 4 people. You just add a little bit more butter, make it a little bit more rich. Veggies, steak, a little bit of rice, and you cannot go wrong. I don't know why, I just prefer to have a little bit on the thin side because I like everyone to experience as much of what I've made as possible. There's the other steak. You can really feel, I can really feel that sear. The texture is different, that's gonna give us a different mouthfeel, make the steak even more delicious. Also guys, this is why I always recommend getting a super thick steak. Just because you can get results like this. All you need to do, don't be afraid, go talk to your butcher. Just be like, hey, could I please get a custom cut steak? Anywhere between 2, 3, 4 fingers thick, you can recreate what I've made. All this juice here, what I'm gonna do is pour that onto the plate. What I like to do before serving up the steak, just get a piece, dip it in its juices in that butter, and then go take a bite. And this is all love, this is all its flavor. I think we've come to everyone's favorite part of the video. This is where I taste test. I've got an expert level, I was gonna call it kumara, expert level capsicum here, or pepper. Oh, my mouth is watering. Let's get it. So sweet. A little bit of olive oil and salt, that's it. Charred asparagus. The flavor's so prominent. A little bit nutty from the charcoal. The steak dunking in its juices. A delicious piece of sirloin steak. Unfortunately guys, you cannot buy that in a restaurant. Here's another one of my favorite pieces, one with a whole lot of fat. Paired with the capsicum. As wraps, we're done. This guy let loose, he's a villain. We can't let that guy roam free. Who is this guy? How does it taste that good? The veg and the steak juice? You know the food's good when you have permanent sting face. That's dangerous. This is a dangerous man. Guys, let's come to the end of the video. Please, you have to like, share, comment, subscribe. It's barbecue season.